Hi, my name is CARMELAHABIBI, as you know, because this is my channel. Last time I left off with you guys, I was living in Canada. I was about to make the move to Los Angeles. I was 19 years old. I'm 21 now, so it's been a full year that I've been living here in Los Angeles. And in that year, a lot has changed. When I was living out in Canada, there's a lot that I didn't talk about. Firstly, I was suffering terrible anxiety and depression. Then from there, I developed an eating problem, and from there, I was in a terrible mental state. I was angry, I was unhappy, I was in a terrible relationship, one that I believe that I was stuck in because I was comfortable being uncomfortable. I was scared of change. I didn't know if I changed something, I might risk something. But the reality is, if you don't risk anything, you risk everything. One change can completely change your life. So what about a series of changes if you made in your life? Where would you be? Look at your life in the past 5 years. Has anything changed? Look at your life 3 years. Has anything changed? What has changed in your life that has benefited you? What decisions have you made in your life that has made you better emotionally, physically, or mentally? What have you done in the past, whatever time, that has benefited you? When I was living out in Canada, I hated my life. I hated everything about it. To the point where my anxiety and depression was so bad that when I would just be walking in the mall, I would end up having these weird panic attacks. I'd shiver and I'd fall to the ground and I'd end up in the hospital. It was bad. And I had I don't want to say bad, I didn't have a group of friends that suited what I needed for me. My friends were all about drinking, partying, doing drugs, having sex, whatever it was. These things are not bad, but everything's good in moderation. So I let my environment become me. I let my friends define me. I let my situation become me. And what I've learned is that never let your environment become you, because you are not your environment. You are you. You choose what you deserve. You choose the life you want. You choose who you're going to be today, and you choose who you're going to be tomorrow. Who you are now is much different than who you're going to be 5 minutes from now, if that's what you want. So I decided to risk everything. I left my parents, I left my friends, I left everything I knew, I left what I was doing in school at the time to pursue something completely different. If I could tell you about my life now, you wouldn't believe me. I live in Hollywood. The people I used to listen to on the radio or people I used to watch on TV are some of my closest friends. I have a job that I love, and I don't even consider it a job, because jobs, you have days. You have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's not that kind of thing. My job is my life. I do what I love to do because I chose that. I chose to have that kind of a life. I chose to love what I do. I chose to be the best version of myself. I never settled. If I settled, I still would have been living in Canada. I still would have been in that sick relationship where it was mentally, emotionally, and physically abusive. I wanted change, and I got it. Without change, you can't grow. And when you don't change and you don't grow, you stay the same. And things that stay the same eventually rot and they die. If you look at a flower, you need to constantly give it sun. You need to give it water. You need to give it life. When was the last time you gave yourself life? I want to give you guys a second. Think about it. When was the last time you fed yourself something that you needed for survival? And that's not money. It's not a material thing. Everything you need to succeed, you have already been given it. That's the crazy part. You have already been given all the tools you need to be the best version of yourself. And I want to talk about the butterfly effect. So we have a caterpillar. A caterpillar chooses to become a butterfly when it wants to, when it's ready. A caterpillar is fully aware of the transformation. What happens to a caterpillar? It goes into a cocoon for 5 to 10 days, whatever. And it has these enzymes released, which basically melts its entire being and organs and constructs new ones. It goes through hell. So imagine putting yourself in a cocoon for 5 to 10 days and having acid poured on you. Is that worth it for a new life? Are you willing to die for a craft that you love? Are you willing to die for a new life? to die of your old habits, to die of your old ways, to die of your old friendships that fed you nothing? Are you willing to die for a new life? I hear this phrase a lot with a lot of people that I work with, and they tell me that they're willing to kill for it. They're willing to die for it. And these are the people that I surround myself by, because I may not be my environment, but I might want to be this one. Because who you surround yourself by is who you are. So when I was living out in Canada and people told me that, hey, I heard this about you from this and this because you hang out with this person. Excuse me? I was at home with my mom, cuddling, watching Friends. How is this possible? People will make assumptions. People will base opinions about you through secondary sources. Yeah, that doesn't matter because nobody's opinion about you is any of your business. But what if you were doing something great and they said, hey, sir, ma'am, whatever. I know you're doing this. I know you're hanging around these people. So you must be of some sort of value, right? You need change to grow. You need change to prosper. And if you're not willing to make one change, then I hope you're comfortable staying the same. Cool. That's my life. That's how I'm living here in Hollywood Hills. How I'm living my dream job. How I'm surrounded by people I used to aspire to be like. I live the life I want, and you can too. So don't be afraid to change, because change allows growth. Cool.